first pick a card reading. I've been watching these for years, pulling cards for decades. So welcome to my channel, and we give thanks to the guides for bringing us high wisdom at this point in time, allowing us to bring clarity to our lives and situations, to deepen our understanding and connection, and to guide us on our highest paths. So here we have green calcite with the spring equinox card. We have the amethyst pyramid with a fire card. And we have the beautiful celestite cluster with the winter solstice card. So take as much time as you like, maybe pause the video and see which pile or piles draw you at this time. And maybe call into your awareness a question or a situation you might have in mind as I do a reading for you. So pile 1, green calcite and spring equinox. Okay, so I ask my higher self to guide me in being a clear channel for pile 1, bringing them wisdom to illuminate their path, bring them healing and alignment and abundance. So here's you making choices, not sure what choice to make. Here is, we go from 7 to 9 of cups. This is an influence on you, wanting to make the right choice and celebration. Here's the recent past, something that happened in the recent past. We have Queen of Pentacles. In the near future, we have 4 of Cups. It's a lot of cups. So above, influences from Spirit. In your situation, Ace of Cups. And below, coming from below, the Hanged Man, Major Arcana. Okay, an external influence, so this could be a person or an energy coming through. The 6 of Swords. And advised action. A good course to take. The Tower. Abrupt shift and change. And a likely outcome for the situation. Beautiful. The Empress. Okay, so there's a lot of emotions happening here. And then we still see that water echoed. I see water underneath the Hangman. And then, of course, the 6 of Swords is crossing over water. There's water in the earth, so there's a lot of water, which has to do with emotions, healing, purification. Ace of Cups is a beautiful, overflowing self-love card. That's what's coming from above, the Spirit, filling your cup, overflowing the brim. Then we have our 2 of our choice-making cards with the Cups, 7 and 4. So that's a big theme that pops forward right away. So back to, well, let's start with the spring equinox and rebirth. And then this really speaks to the Empress, this pregnant Empress here, which is all about fertility and maternal energy and divine feminine. And then, of course, here we have fertility with the rabbit and rebirth. And then the self-love card echoes that a bit. The Queen of Pentacles as well is similar to the Empress, in my opinion. Very grounded, maternal, nurturing energy. Also very abundant, very Mother Earth. So we have 3 big Mother Earth kind of rebirth or nurturing cards. So I'm going to consult our Oracle card book here as well for the spring equinox, though we're all pretty familiar with that, the coming of spring and rebirth and those ideas. So you thought this passage you have been through would never end, just as certain that the light of the world fades every few months, it makes its return, and the earth rejoices. The fresh breath of spring sweeps away the cobwebs acquired from the absence of the light. The light is now obviously increasing as nature begins to emerge in all her many forms, shapes, and colors that remind us of the continual cycles of Earth Mother. So the cycle of rebirth you are experiencing follows a challenging time. Any tears you may have shed have cleared the way for what has been gestating, which is now ripe and ready to emerge. And that's our outcome as well. That which no longer serves you needs to be put to rest so that a freshness and newness of spirit can make itself known to you. Sometimes birth can be painful, particularly in that passage just before delivery, yet what emerges can be fresh and beautiful. Be with the emergence of this next cycle with faith and grace. So a lovely message, kind of a closing of winter or coming to the end of a dark night of the soul, or the morning coming after a night. So perhaps you've ended a cycle and are starting a new one, or just coming into this new freshness of possibility. But then in this reading, the recent past is already one of abundance. So maybe this was a little bit longer ago, or has another metaphorical message for you, because this says that recently you were just kind of feeling peaceful and nurtured and in your power, and feeling that abundance, feeling kind of set and settled. And then you moved from that to the present you, which does have a kind of a plethora of options and not sure which one to choose. So something shifted from here to here that kind of caused you to need to make some sort of decision, and it's hard to know which is the right one, which is maybe why you're seeking a pick a card reading today. But the influence over that is abundance, 9 of Cups. So again, that's toward the end of the cycle there. Being open, being grateful, knowing that gifts are coming your way. So part of you really has faith, and it's good to just really embrace that part, that you will make the right choice, that you'll choose the right cup, and then that cup will multiply. I'm almost seeing that, like this is you that chose a good cup, and then it's like the same cup over and over, and that's this abundance, this multiplication of those blessings that also brings you chose like the pot of gold, the correct pot of gold. So here they're like flipped upside down. You're not sure what's under them. Maybe it's a snake or a bat. But you can choose that one that is full of gold and treasure. Let's see, the treasure chest is calling me here. And also, of course, the joy and the gold of this card. So what's coming from above you? So spirit, I already mentioned this, but it feels like spirit or your guides are really filling your cup and just encouraging you to take that moment and be grateful. I feel like these cards are speaking to each other, 9 of Cups and Ace of Cups. Being grateful, trusting that part of yourself that is abundant, that is wise, that is fertile, that knows the right thing to do. So that you can overflow and just feel nurtured and feel like you make the right choice. And then what's coming from below, it's kind of interesting. That's the Hangman. So that's about surrender and releasing. So it's kind of interesting. I feel like there's a conversation between these 3 as well. So when making that decision, surrender to your instinct, to your higher self. Take some time to listen and tune in so that you can kind of intuitively choose that right choice that fills you up and is full of gold. So this one is kind of just release, maybe take a moment, unplug, meditate, take a bath, put these choices aside for the time being, or just for a period of time that allows you to follow your heart, follow your instinct. Water also has to do with intuition. So listening to your intuition, you can make the right choice. And then the near future, you may second guess that. The near future is a person who has this beautiful bowl that they're not paying attention to. So hopefully you make the right choice, but then you're kind of not sure, or there's maybe a lull period with it where maybe again, it doesn't feel like it's necessarily the right thing, or you might regret your choice and not be sure. But that is going to, that's going to shift when all is said and done. So just be aware that there may be this uncertainty in the present, and in the near future, there might be, oh, do I regret this? Was this the right thing to do? I'm not sure. I kind of wish I chose something else. But then we have this external influence, maybe allowing help to come in. Maybe somebody else helps you see, oh no, this was a really wonderful bowl that you selected, and that you're filling up your own bowl, your own cup. Because this is about receiving help and connection as you make this transition. So whatever this choice is somewhat of a big life choice, or has more impact than maybe you even realize, because it's going to get you across this passage into a next phase, whatever that may be. Oh, so I ended up just opening right to Seven of Cups, so I'll see what they have for us to add. So Seven of Cups, fantasies, choices, wishful thinking, the allure of temptation on the path. So try to go with your heart and intuition more than what lures you or tempts you in the moment that might seem beautiful or attractive or easy. Try to go deeper than that to see the full picture and go with your intuition more than your eye, I guess, or whatever kind of catches your fancy. It's more what speaks to your heart more than catches your fancy. So I think that's what wanted to come through from that. And then I wanted to see if anything additional wanted to speak to us through Six of Cups. Oops, sorry, Six of Swords. Wrong suit. So transitions, help arriving at the perfect time, rite of passage, healing, spiritual transition or journey. So that's, again, recommending that you find the spiritual choice, the one that speaks to your spirit, to your heart, to your intuition, more than I'm getting there's a possibility you would see things that might make you more money, or you might think would make you more money in the short term, or might bring you more satisfaction in the short term, or might be the more attractive partner or date, or just more superficial. So if you can choose the spiritual over superficial, or the intuition over the just catching your fancy. So I'm moving through a period of realignment. Things can feel a little turbulent. Trust that a better future awaits on the other side of this change. So we do see, this is the external influence again, and this is near future. We do see there's a little maybe hiccup or a period, even after you choose your intuitive choice, your spiritual choice, there's might be a period of time where you're still second guessing that, not really sure. And then the suggested action is choose the bigger life. Go for it, go for your soul's highest calling, the Tower. So suggested action is really shake things up. This is not choosing the path of comfort. In fact, it's not going to allow you to choose the path of comfort. If you do try to choose the comfortable or attractive thing that just catches your eye, it'll probably be shaken from your grasp. So suggested course of action is to go ahead, rip the Band-Aid off, or, take the path that's a little bit harder at first, because that's what's going to take you to this beautiful, abundant place of fertility and connection and luxury. And this is just a fully realized, beautiful person, you know, that's pregnant with the world, Mama Gaia. So that's a beautiful place to end up. So that's the journey. And again, we see there's a lot that has to do with emotions. And so I am getting to the, these cards are talking about taking some time to allow the waters to clear, to settle. So it's kind of like wait at the side of the water or on top of the water until the waves and the shifting kind of settles out, and then any sediment in the water settles out. So the water becomes clear and you can see what is the true best choice for you at this time. And then give yourself a little bit of time to surrender into that until you can really go ahead and move forward with confidence, knowing that you are choosing the bigger life, knowing you might it might feel like a little bit of a sacrifice for a little while, or you might not get the immediate results, but that is what will ultimately bring you to such a place of abundance, almost like the Queen of Pentacles, but it'll kind of get you back there to the next level, right? To the Empress level, beyond the beautiful Queen. So I hope you enjoyed your reading and have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm available for private readings. You can see the link below if you like, and take care. Bye. Hello, pile 2. We have this exciting passion card and our amethyst pyramid, which is also exciting, powerful, solid. So fire, of course, is about passion, motivation, determination, transformation. And let's take a moment, think about whatever situation is on your mind as I pull the spread. So here is you. Oh, beautiful. King of Cups, mastery of your emotions, still waters, finding your peace. Here is an influence on top of you. Oh, 10 of Swords. So there's a completion. Maybe that peace comes from kind of being at the end of a rope and just surrendering into it, realizing there's more to it than agonizing over something that's good and done. Recent past. Oh, the Empress. Wow. So coming out of a beautiful, abundant, rich situation. The above influences. Beautiful. The Sun. So Spirit is shining light and warmth down on you. Celebration, connection. From below, we have the Hangman. I had that in pile 1 in the same position. So from below, you're being asked to surrender. From above, you're just being asked to receive this beautiful light and dance in it. Look at these major arcana. These are all very powerful cards so far. Okay, near future. And we have the Tower. That's a lot of major arcana all around you. All around you. Big shift coming. Okay, so an external influence is another major arcana. It's the Strength card. I'm shuffling, I swear. So that's an external influence, maybe a person or energy coming in is Strength. Okay, here is suggested action for you. Okay, not a major arcana, finally. Ace of Pentacles, which is lovely. So that feels like a fresh start, or a new start from an enlightened place, really, is what that feels like to me. And likely outcome. Oh, 2 of Cups, love. I'm actually feeling 2 cards for that. Oh, and 7 of Swords. Okay. Whew, this is a powerful reading. So let's first look at the medicine card. Almost lost my green calcite. So we have, looks like a fire breather here. So if you're drawn to that, you're likely feeling some amount of passion or desire for passion in your life. It feels like maybe you are looking for that passion or seeking that, ready for it. So the questions are, what are your passions? What turns you on? What ignites that inner flame, that creative spark? When you feel devoid of passion, consider what is missing in your life. It is most likely an absence of fire in your belly. Something that makes your heart beat faster and quickens your breathing. Passion can simply be a strong feeling, or the sensation itself can be so powerful it motivates you to act. This can be often associated with sexuality, and yet passion can mean so much more than that. What are you excited about? Open yourself to the truth of what you're passionate about and find a means to express it. Okay, so so we have a lot of major arcana, so it seems like very potent time for you. A lot is going on that is really pivotal in your life. And then we have 2 cups, 2 swords that are a bit of sort of challenging swords, and then a lovely Ace of Pentacles. No wands. I had no wands last time, except for fire is the element associated with wands. So that is looming large. And also the sun is fire, of course. So 10 of Swords is an ending. And this is often, we've been through it mentally. And so likely emotionally as well when we pull 10 of Swords. But the good news is, then we kind of know we hit the bottom, so we're not going to go down anymore with that. And that's an influence on you, though, and you are represented by the King of Cups, who is in a great place and is very powerful, master of his emotions. We see his little fish necklace. There's like big Pisces energy. That's a fish, but it was looking like a crab to me for a second, so feel like Cancer's present as well, just water signs in general. We see his little crown too, and this light coming from his heart. So he is peaceful, he is at peace, and that's a great way to interpret or approach the 10 of Swords, just kind of saying, okay, I see all that, and I'm going to choose peace. I'm going to choose not to get caught up in turmoil. Which is interesting because passion, of course, it can be very intense. But again, you're coming out of the Empress energy in the recent past, which is nurtured and feminine. Maybe you had a really lovely healing session with somebody or spent some beautiful time in nature. Maybe you have had some difficulties, but have been recently seeking out some beautiful time with especially maybe female family members or people that bring you joy and comfort, or things that bring you joy and comfort, or just took a nice bath and that felt good. So just really have luxuriated in feminine healing energy, maybe a nice little rest, and that helped you come to more of a place of peace in the light of maybe something that's been difficult or been like a hard road that you have completed. From above, the Spirit is telling you, celebrate. You did it. You are this beautiful chosen being. You are full of so much light. Your life is full of so much light. Look to the light. See that this light is shining on you, is feeding you. And I'm noticing like some of these plants look like they could be kind of dead or wintered or gone by or something, but that's not where our focus is. Our focus is on the parts of the grass that are green, and especially this beautiful, radiant, gorgeous light that fills you up. So that's the gift from Spirit to you. And then from below, it's surrender. Just relax into it, which I'm seeing in all of these are having a conversation, right? So this surrender is a great way to deal with challenging thoughts, or like a challenging road, or feeling betrayed, or just feeling like there's been a lot of difficulties. It's been, rock bottom, hard road, etc. But then that's what enables us to come to this place of peace in ourselves, where we can just be one with the water and just realize like we are some part of something so much greater. We are light. We are the water. We are the earth. And we've gone through and sought out these healing and nurturing and connecting events and influences so that we can master our emotions, master any disappointment, and move forward, such a stronger, more enlightened being. And near future, the tower is going to come knocking again, and maybe that's for the best. I mean, in the sense that maybe there are some things in your life that are good to shift, which is probably true for most of us, right? I'm sure there's lots of beautiful things, and then maybe some things are ready to come to an end, or maybe it's not something you wouldn't want to come to an end, but it is going to bring change, maybe bring this passion, bring this dynamism that part of you, at least part of you, maybe all of you, is ready for, is looking for. Big shifts. That's near future. And I mean, I often love the tower myself because it can be powerful, dynamic change. So like the lightning bolt, right, can bring us a new job, a new love, can get rid of something that we didn't know we'd outgrown, but then it opens the way for us to really grow. An external influence, so a person or energy coming in, is our strength card. So strength, courage, and balance. I'm noticing her heart necklace and her lion. So this is bringing to mind the cowardly lion that's really actually the brave, loving lion that's brave in his vulnerability. And so that is a callback to the King of Cups. So through vulnerability, through emotion, through release and surrender, through allowing the light in, through all these things, we find our strength, we find our passion, we find a higher way of being, so that we can protect this soft lamb of our feelings, or our inner child, our inner self. And I'm also really noticing the infinity symbol on the arm as well, and how this is always a cycle. There's always a cycle of change and shift. And I feel called to mention that how often I think that we can feel we've reached enlightenment, or we've gotten to this amazing place in our life, and think it's just going to be the way it is now. Oh, I did it. Now I'm just going to be happy and just be able to manifest whatever I want. And, maybe you felt that to some degree, maybe not, but like when we feel like we're over somebody or we've moved beyond something, but then the cycle's back, right? It's part of a cycle. And then we get re-triggered and realize, oh, maybe I'm not perfectly done with that yet. Healing is cyclical. It's not linear. It's a spiral, right? We could think we've healed something, and maybe we have, and we have made good progress. We've come up with great tools to deal with it. Letting light in, mastering our emotions. But as humans, our path and the human path, things come back around until we really, really, really learn our lesson. And then there's going to be more lessons to learn. So maybe this strength is somebody that's going to come in and help remind you of that. Or maybe it's going to be a trigger that re-triggers something that you thought you had resolved and moved past. And it's an opportunity to grow and to heal. I personally appreciate when triggers come, when I get re-triggered by something that I thought I had moved past, because I realize, oh, this is another opportunity to go deeper on something that I had maybe pushed down, and now I'm ready. That means I'm ready. Being triggered, I think, means we're ready to look at it and go even further with our healing. The recommended course of action is Ace of Pentacles. So it's recommended that you, after you go through this transformation, this feels like maybe not right now, but you can start thinking about, what is the seed you want to plant? What is the next level? You've completed something. You completed a healing cycle, it feels like. What do you want to plant in that composting soil of whatever you've composted? What would you like to see grow from that rich soil of whatever you've transcended and burnt to ashes? Like, what's the phoenix you want to see rise from those ashes? But in this case, soil. Like, so all these experiences led to beautiful compost because you're allowing it to break down, to heal. But then also, I guess we have fire, so it could be the phoenix from the ashes. Maybe it was a bit more dramatic of a burn, of a transformation of whatever this was. And then that brings you to the likely outcome, which is an interesting dichotomy. Here we have Two of Cups, lovely. Love, connection, often two forces coming together. Maybe it's integration of yourself, of your healed self. But then there is this influence that I felt wanted to come out to, of Seven of Swords, which is a card that I think can be challenging. And it's kind of a heads up. There could be something sneaky here. So still maintain your integrity of being a master of your emotions. Maintain your connection to source. That feels very important. Maintain your focus on whatever seed you are planting for yourself and your own internal strength. Remember your own passions. So don't get don't get swept away or caught up or tricked by something that might seem seductive, but ends up, being a bit more of an energy suck or just like a time wasting thing or just not the right thing for you. I feel like there could be something like an illusion that comes in or something that's attracted to this light that you are building and illuminating, that may seem like it has a false call to you, that you feel like, oh, this is the thing, this is the answer to my seed, or this is the next step, or the love connection, but it might not be. So just kind of be aware. Like it's great to let in the light. I'm getting a lot of downloads about this right now, trying to channel it clearly. May I be a clear channel? So you're bringing in so much light, you're integrating so much, you're moving forward. I'm getting a call back to this infinity symbol of, remember that healing is cyclical. So it can be seductive to think, oh, I am fully integrated, I'm an enlightened being, or I'm all perfectly healed over these things. Or maybe this new person in my life or this new situation is perfect and it's everything that I have lined up for and prepared for. But just realize that everything in this human life has lessons in it. Nothing is absolutely perfect forever and ever. Nothing is going to be stagnant. That's what fire tells us. Like, nothing is something that we're just going to lock in and count on for the rest of our lives. There are so few things that end up being like that. New things will come up to be composted. New things will come up to be burned. New things will come up to trigger us and help us realize that we have another round of healing to go through. So this is a beautiful, beautiful outcome. The Two of Cups, look at this hand holding and the rainbow, so lovely. And this could be within yourself. And that's the most important relationship you have in your life, right? Is that relationship with yourself, the integration with your passions and hopes and dreams and emotions, and your abundance as well with Pentacles. So keep true to yourself And make sure you don't then put on rose-colored glasses because so many things seem so great or seem so healed, because you know, we want to be aware and we want to be tuned into ourselves so that others can't pull one over on us in a way that's not in our highest good. So overall, amazing, amazing cards, lots of passion, lots of positive shift and nurturing and abundance and healing. And then just be ready for these big shifts you're calling in, right? That part of you is drawn to. Something changing, some dynamic shift and change. Be open to this grounded strength and this mastery of emotions that you have in you, so strong. And be aware too that you have all these tools that have gotten you to this point, and remember those because you'll probably need them again and again and again. And it's so easy sometimes, at least for me, I might have a hard time or a slump, and so I exercise more, I meditate more, I eat healthy, I make time for friends, I do creative projects. I do all the things. I spend time in nature. I do all of it, and then I feel better. And then I might kind of get lazy or backslide and say, oh, now I'm fine. And I have to remind myself, oh, it's because I'm doing all these things right. I want to keep using these tools, taking time to heal. These are all important self-care and self-love things and practices that we need to continue to integrate in our life and reintegrate and reintegrate and revisit and revisit. And we may not do them consistently all the time, but maybe take note of all the great things that have gotten you to this mastery of emotions that maybe you're sitting in right now. So good luck with all of this. Is some really powerful cards and powerful shifts. And I am available for private readings. You can see the link below if you like. But most importantly, be well, take care, and enjoy your day. Blessings. Hello, pile 3. This beautiful celestite, magical celestite. Winter solstice. Let's take a moment to ground and breathe. Let me thank the guides for bringing forth highest wisdom at this time. Anything that allows you to lift, shift, and heal anything out of accord with your highest good. May I be a clear channel to offer wisdom, to help illuminate your path, that you may walk your highest path that serves you the most in this life. Maybe take a moment and bring any situation to mind. Okay. Peaceful. This is you. Four of Pentacles. This reading. Ooh, and Queen of Pentacles as an influence on top. Okay, let's see. Oh, this one to come for influence from above. Spirit, Knight of Wands. Celebration. Influence from below is the Hermit. Interesting. Energies, complementary energies. Recent past for you. Ooh, Temperance. Healing and balance. Integration event. Near future. We have Ace of Swords. New ideas, new venture. Okay, an external influence, so a person or energy in your life. Seven of Pentacles, recommended course of action. Lovely Queen of Cups, Priestess vibes, And likely outcome. We have 8 of Wands. Okay. So let's take a look at this card you chose, Winter Solstice. This is a time of quiet, of dark. When we listen, we retreat. It's very hermit energy, which you have as the below card. Also a Queen of Cups. Just feeling that. And it's kind of, for many, it's the beginning of our new year. Okay, so for you, we have 4 of Pentacles. So this is a card of saving. Of course, Pentacles has to do with manifestation, abundance, wealth. So this book also talks about being in the flow with universe, feeling gratitude, helping others in times of need, and that is part of the savings too, right? Is not clenching onto it so hard. So the affirmation is, I live an abundant life and have more than I need. And when we have more than we need, we share with others. So it's so great to save and be frugal, but it runs contrary to the law of abundance, or, law of attraction type belief, which I'm not a full proponent of. I think there's a lot of false information out there about it. But to be in alignment with the universe, to be in alignment with our higher self, we don't want to come from a scarcity mindset. We want to still be frugal, be smart with money and your maybe resources. Maybe there's certain resources that you are hanging on too tightly. So it can really, I feel called to say that it can really help to let some of that go, share with people around you, even if it's just sharing energy, sharing time with people. That can be a place of generosity as well. And then your influence over you is Queen of Pentacles, and she is a master of abundance and being nurtured and having everything she needs. So these are lovely complementary cards. She's kind of more of an evolved version of 4 of Pentacles because she's toward the end of the Pentacle spectrum. So this is a really good influence to embrace, of just knowing that you have enough, knowing that you have more than enough, and you have so much more, in fact, that you do have enough to share. And even if you don't feel like you have more than enough, when we share, that helps us feel more full. That feels like a really strong message for this pile of finding ways to be grateful and finding ways to demonstrate generosity, even if it's just having a conversation with an elder neighbor, or giving a can of food to a food drive. Just how can you kind of open up your pocketbook a little bit, and share, but also still, being frugal. And it's commendation to you for being smart with money, for being wise. And that's a good thing. Just not saying give everything away. So recent past is Temperance. That feels like a healing or balance situation. What's really pulling me looking at this card right now is these kind of, I think he's like holding like a moon and a sun and kind of balancing those two. So especially with that's kind of echoing to me, these two. From above, we have this passion, excitement, and like fiery dancing energy. And then from below, we have a hermit energy. So it feels like these two are trying to meet in the middle. And it seems like recently, maybe you saw the need to find this kind of balance between these two energies, or maybe you did, for even momentarily, find a balance between being more external, being more out there, and having that time to yourself to recharge too. And then that's speaking to this central card as well, because it has to do with your energy. So these are good questions to ask yourself. Are you, how much are you overprotecting your energy as well? So now I'm feeling like this is just like energy, time, and attention too. That it is so good to protect your energy, and you maybe are a sensitive person or in a lower energy time of life where you need to do that. But sometimes it brings us more energy to share our energy too, just to connect with some people in our lives, or go out in the sunshine, or go just be in a crowd and kind of vibe off of the group energy or an event or entertainment or something as well. So finding that this kind of passion, excitement, and play can bring more energy too. And also from below, it is saying it's good to, it is good to be in hermit mode sometimes too, but we need to find a balance. Maybe you're someone that could benefit with like putting a time limit on your hermit energy. I know I'm in a phase in my life right now where I realize that if I kind of stay home and have minimal interaction, I love it for a day or two, and then I can think I love it, but after 3 days, it's time for me, for my mental health, to kind of get myself out there, make some social plans, go do something else, change the scenery. As much as I love my sanctuary, and I can totally get into this mode for longer sometimes. Sometimes I can overdo it too with getting out and being too social, and so there's where that needing to find that balance is, of getting some social energy in. We all have different balances and needs, and that changes over our lives too, right? Sometimes we're gonna have a more social phase. Sometimes we just really need to buckle down and get work done or rest or whatever it is. But over time, we want to be able to do both things. We need to have our alone time, self-care time, hold on to our energy and our resources. And then also get out and play and connect with people and share, be generous, and then see how that brings energy back into our lives too. So we need all of it. So the near future is Ace of Swords. So like a new idea or a new insight that you might have in the near future, especially as you find that balance, or maybe play with generosity and gratitude even more. And then that can bring you an idea for a project you'd like to do, or maybe a volunteer mission that you will have, or something you want to create and put into the world, or just a way that you can spend your time, just like a way that you have a new balance or a new healthy routine. So an external energy or person is Seven of Pentacles. So that has this cultivated energy. So having planted seeds and worked with them, coaxing this beautiful tree into existence and starting to see the fruits of the labor. So maybe you show more generosity and play in that energy of abundance and feeling like you have more than enough, you have so much you can share, and so then more comes to you, or another generous person comes to you that sees that light in you and appreciates it. And your suggested course of action, aside from this, already had some suggestions of being generous with time or resources, is Queen of Cups. So that is kind of hermit energy as well, but it's also allowing in this love and connection. She's got her crown here and little fish friend, and she's sitting immersed in water, but just up to her waist, I guess. So immersed up to her waist. And so, but it's still calm, lovely, clean water. So that's kind of calmed emotions and able to kind of weave this beautiful, watery web of energy and light that is, that reflects back her mastery of emotions, that she could even project a a field of kind of calming, beautiful, tranquil emotions. I feel called to see what else pops out at me from the book. So, leading with your heart feels important. Healing feels important. Intuition, floating in a dreamlike state of spiritual connection. She asks how well your emotions have been serving you lately. It reminds you of the ability to connect on a much deeper level. Feel and accept your emotional intuition. Listen closely as a way to understand what is truly going on. Ensure that other people feel heard when you communicate with them. Devote time to their emotional cues and see the divine beauty in all of life's experiences. It takes both the sun and the shadow to make the ocean floor sparkle. In shadow, this card can indicate you're out of touch with your emotions. Oh, but it wasn't in shadow. These are all upright. If you feel any insecurities around openly connecting with others, grow into a better partner by vulnerably sharing your own tender heart. The affirmation is, my intuitive heart openly expresses deep love. So I'm getting from that and from a lot of these that you would benefit from opening your heart a bit, from pushing yourself out of hermit mode a little bit, and seeing who is in your life that is already reaching towards you, that is wanting to cultivate that friendship, that maybe invites you out and maybe you say no, or maybe it's people that you don't feel as pulled to socialize with, but they try to say hi to you and they want to talk, and maybe there's a benefit for you for connecting with them, and that helps you open your heart. That helps you develop more connections, a community, and it helps you hear your own self more, helps you hear your own heart more, because you are opening to it instead of just kind of being in this self-protective space of just closing up and holding in your light. That's what I'm seeing in this hermit now. And there's nothing wrong with being in hermit mode or taking time to yourself. But I am seeing right now in this card, this person's kind of closing off their light to everyone else. And the suggested course is, can you take your hands away? Can you open your body language? Can you share a little bit of your time and your care and attention with others? And then that will come back to you tenfold, because it will help you feel so much more radiant, so much more one with yourself, and in tune with the universe and with others. Like, this feels like a very beautiful connective card. And then the likely outcome is working together as 8 of Wands. Teamwork. All of these wands together. And that's kind of echoing this card to me. It's just kind of forest-like. All these different wands, naked wands. Coming together to make light. So teamwork can make all the individuals stronger because they have others to rely on them, others to rely on. So upcoming positive resolution, haste, good news, action. It's go time. I fall into the flow of this quickening energy and I swiftly face my desires head on. Consistent movement that feels right in your heart is the best place to start. So moving forward with others. I'm getting that with others. That just keeps coming up. I was getting that with this as well. Like maybe there's like a volunteer project. I mean, I'm getting that with all of these really is connection, move forward, open your heart, connect, allow others in that want to cultivate or that are seeking to connect with you. I'm going to get one more clarifying card for the resolution. Death and rebirth. It feels like the end of an era is coming. Maybe there have been, like, it's great to have this quiet time and reflection. But maybe there have been times when you have felt closed off, or like you've wanted more connection, or you've had these inhibitions, and it's time to kind of work through all of this to release those inhibitions so that you can open your heart and master your emotions to connect with others. So looking at the overall picture, we have just a couple of major arcana, including influence on the ending. Feels like wands are pretty strong. Well, because there's just a couple of wands. Yeah, I guess a lot of them were speaking to each other about balancing the hermitude and the being out and about, balancing the kind of holding on, and I don't want to say hoarding, not quite as strong as hoarding, but maybe you resonate with that a little bit. Hoarding of resources, energy, time, your own personal space, which sometimes we need to do. But there does come a time when we've gathered up enough of our own personal energy that we can go out and we can share it and we can work with others, and we can open our heart. So I hope that was helpful. I do offer private readings. You can see the link below. And most importantly, I hope that you find some dear, lovely connections, and that brings energy into your life and abundance. And you realize how much you do have going for you. And it's a great thing to be a sensitive, thoughtful, caring person. And then especially one that can open their heart and still feel protected and connected. So lots of love to you and blessings. Bye.